And the fourth case I'd like to just comment on is the Amazon case. Amazon is clearly taking advantage of the bizarre concept that nowadays that is basic to international tax, the independent entity principle. So what Amazon was saying is its subsidiary companies in the UK or France or elsewhere were taxed on the basis of the service it provided at an arm's length principle. So whatever anybody else would have charged for that service would be the amount that Amazon has to pay. Now, because warehousing and distribution is a low value exercise, the Amazon said, well, we only need to pay a cost plus basis. So whatever our costs are plus 10% profit margin should be attributable to the local entity. But the UK authorities and others as well have said, but the business of Amazon is warehousing and distribution. And therefore you cannot go to that independent entity principle, the third party principle, because your entire business is warehousing and distribution.
Hi everyone, it's John Timpany in Hong Kong here. I just think in Asia, this concept of taxing on a market or taxing indirect value transactions is actually quite common. So while we've seen Vodafone from India, we've also seen a similar rule in China that's been around since 2009, the famous Notice 698, which has morphed into Announcement 7. So the idea of value attribution through indirect disposals is being attacked by many jurisdictions, and across Asia, this idea has percolated many tax authorities. And now it's a very common question to ask about the direct or indirect disposal of assets, and does that trigger taxation? And while that's a common feature of land-rich companies, it's actually now much more widespread, and any value, even if it's not land, is commonly taxed. And again, when it comes to the value of a market, I've said for many years that BEPS was the biggest mistake that the Europeans ever made. It has allowed the Asian authorities to rewrite the rules of international tax. And I think, the Chinese in particular are taking considerable advantage of that, and now, are using that to rewrite all of their transfer pricing to attribute value to the fact that they have 1.3 billion consumers. And therefore there is no real value in a brand, it's really value in a market.